you want to build a 6 or even 7-figure business without spending months having to figure it out, I need you to pay attention, because right now there's this massive opportunity that almost nobody is talking about. And it's one of the easiest ways to generate predictable, recurring revenue. And I'm talking about launching your own GoHighLevel agency. Businesses need marketing automation, and they will happily pay you $500, $1,000, or even up to $2,000 per month to set it up for them. And as long as you can actually get accustomed to doing the work, you can easily make this a reality for yourself if you move fast. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how this business works, how to price your services, and most importantly, how to get clients flooding in. But first, I need to break down the system itself and how it actually works. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, the first thing that you are going to need is a GoHighLevel account, right? So we're starting a GoHighLevel agency, which is basically a CRM or a client relationship management tool. You're setting this up for companies that maybe manage their leads or manage their clients or whatever it might be. And if you're taking a look at my screen right now, what you'll see is this HighLevel platform. So if you go directly to their website, you'll see that you can get a 14-day free trial, kind of work through the platform and become a little bit more accustomed to how to use it. But in my description, I'm actually going to be giving you a 30-day free trial. So make sure you go there instead of here. One of the things that's pretty awesome about this platform as well is that you can house things called sub-accounts, which is basically the CRM that you are providing for your client, right? So it's almost like they're accounts that are held within your main account. So you kind of have like the main account where you can oversee everything that's happening, and then there are sub-accounts where you house your clients, and they pay you monthly, anywhere from $500 to $1,000, $2,000 a month, etc. Now, the starter plan, which is $97 a month after the 30-day free trial, allows you to house up to 3 sub-accounts. So you're going to need one for yourself, and then you can have 2 clients before you need to upgrade. Then you can upgrade to that next level, and then potentially the pro level. But we're going to go ahead and dive in. So this is the dashboard. This is what it looks like, and right now we are looking at like the you could say the corporate level of the account. So if I click on this, I'll see all of my sub-accounts here. As you can see, we have a decent number of clients, but these are all different sub-accounts that we have made for clients specifically. However, what we're looking at is called the agency dashboard. So just to give you an example, if I were to go to a different account, I can click up here. It'll say switch to agency view. This is where I really get the overview of what's happening in the main account. This is where I can manage a lot of the settings or email settings, or even look at my account snapshots. Snapshots are like templates that you are going to load into these accounts to make your life significantly easier. But let's go ahead and dive in. I'm actually going to be including in this description a snapshot that you can import that will make your life a lot easier. It's going to have everything that we discuss in this video specifically already ready to go and packaged for you to just click, import it to your own GoHighLevel so that you can replicate it into other accounts. But let's go ahead and move into the sub-account level. So this is what a sub-account looks like. You're gonna have one for yourself, and I advise that you set up everything in your own account exactly how you would set it up, I guess foundationally, how you would set it up for your clients. Because you need to actually be able to do this yourself if you're gonna be telling your clients how to use it. So this is where you can house all of your conversations, you can house all of your calendars, you can have your contacts, your opportunities, which are basically, this is where you're able to, for example, create something like pipeline stages where people manage their leads in order of priority. So I can have opportunities or leads that are listed here or here or here, and it just helps anyone who has a sales team really prioritize which leads actually need to be or have time spent on them. So they're not spending time on low quality leads, whatever it might be. Then you have your automation section where you can actually create workflows. Just an example of exactly how this would work. If I'm starting from scratch, I could come in here and let's say someone submits a form on Facebook or whatever it might be. I can send a automatic text message reminder or an automatic text message going out saying, hey, contact first name, and then whatever message you would like to include here. I can save that action. I can have a wait period, right? And I can wait for their response. So we're waiting for a contact reply to the SMS, and we want to wait for, let's say, 1 day or 24 hours to see if they respond. And then it will automatically make conditions of if they don't reply, we want to follow up and send another text message. But if they do reply, we can make something else happen, right? So this is just an example of things that are, this is a very simple workflow that you could create in the automation section. This also comes with a calendar function or a calendar system, similar to like Calendly. So people can actually schedule onto your calendar. So if I come down here here to settings, and then I go to calendars. These are the different types of calendars, right? I can create an onboarding calendar. I could create a specific link for myself. What we like to do is a two-step process, which is an introduction call, which is the initial call for us to build some rapport. And then if everything looks good and we qualify them, then we send them to, it could be like a demo call, a strategy call, or whatever it might be. What these calendars look like once you create them is, and what I like to create is something called a round robin calendar. But when you come in here, you'll see the basic calendar settings, what the person's going to see. You can adjust your availability. You can attach a form to the calendar, which I advise doing so, etc. And then you can customize the color and what the calendar actually looks like. Let's say I make this black, for example, and then I want to preview this widget to see what it's going to look like, and it's not live because I haven't activated it. But if I save this and I close out, and I come here and I activate the calendar, and then we go back into the system, we're going to preview the widget. And this is exactly what it will look like. Once you've adjusted the availability, you can use this link for anyone to schedule onto your calendar. You can also integrate it to Google, etc. So to break this down at the most basic level, here's what we're including in our snapshot or in our accounts or what we're setting up for people. So once we've gotten the GoHighLevel account, right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here, we're gonna make sure that we do something called A2P verification, which gives you the ability to send text messages. If you YouTube it or Google it, you can find an easy video on it. If you want me to create one, just leave a comment below. But this gives you the ability to send text messages. You're automatically going to have the ability to send emails, so that's not going to be an issue. You can manage all your conversations from this conversation tab. Like I said before, you can manage all of your calendars. You can manage all of your contacts in one place. If I want to send bulk messages, I can do so. And then opportunities. So let's say, for example, I go to contacts just to give you an idea of what the opportunities actually looks like. Let's say I go to contacts and I click on Walter here, and we create an opportunity. And we can upload this opportunity into new leads for lead gen. We're going to go ahead and upload that. If I come back to opportunities, I should see Walter here, which I do. This is called a contact card in the opportunity. If I close this deal, I can make them worth money. And this helps me keep track of all of my revenue. If they are a hot lead, one of the automations that we include is if someone actually responds to our outreach, like for example, let's say they respond to a text message or an email, they automatically become a hot lead. So we set up this automation where if the customer replied to any text message in the system, we create the opportunity, right? And then we put their contact name, which is a custom field that's automatically gonna populate their name, which you can use in messages as well, which is absolutely amazing. And it will create that opportunity automatically. So now what's gonna happen is new lead comes into the system, maybe we're running ads, maybe we uploaded a list, we send outreach or automations, they replied, the contact is automatically gonna move here. So these are the types of systems that we're setting up for people, where they're able to house all of their data. They have automations that are helping their sales team or their employees be more efficient, or if receptionists be more efficient, etc. If someone schedules a call, we have an automation set up where in the appointment calendar, let's say someone books an in-calendar introduction call, right? So appointment, these are called triggers. These are things that trigger the rest of the automation to take place. So if an appointment is booked and it's in the calendar of introduction call, then we trigger everything else to happen. So maybe we send an internal notification to their team. We create the opportunity so it automatically moves to that stage that they've scheduled an appointment. We add a tag called scheduled. We send them a confirmation email. We send them a text message. All of this is automated. These are systems that companies need to operate, and a lot of people don't have these. Some people are still operating out of Excel spreadsheets. We're using these systems to help make them more efficient so that they can make more money, and they become very, very reliable on our systems if we set it up correctly. And this is exactly what we're doing. So hopefully that's kind of gotten the point across. Now, how do we price something like this? Whenever you're starting out in any business, for lack of a better way to say this, you don't really know what you're doing, right? You're learning on the job at the expense of your customer because you're trying to get them results, right? So I always tell people, I started out working free in the beginning, but you want to start with reasonable prices. You don't want to start with these high ticket prices. That's going to make it impossible for you to sell. And if you do sell it, then the people are going to be unhappy with the service because you couldn't deliver. So what I would do is start somewhere between $97 to $297 a month range. Still should be very easy to sell this type of software. Get very accustomed to watching videos and becoming more accustomed to how to use it and setting up some of these automations so that you can start replicating this for other businesses. Bring them on board. Just collect a little bit of money. Don't think about the money too much in the beginning. Think about becoming better. Think about providing value. And then as you continue to get better and do this more, you can raise raise your prices up to maybe $497 per month after you have your first 5 clients that you're making happy, and then maybe up to $997 a month. And then maybe you add a layer of marketing or some type of business consulting, whatever it might be, and then you can continue to tier your pricing, have back-end upsells, etc. Now, the thing that everybody wants to know, once we have this price in the beginning, and once we have our system and we have our templates, again, I'm going to include a snapshot in the description, so once you get your free trial, you can just click the link of the snapshot, load it into the account, and you'll have everything here for you. One last thing, actually, before I get into the next step, is that the snapshot that I'm going to give you comes with an advanced AI feature. This is a conversational AI that we like to have communicate via text message mainly, but it will also do WhatsApp messaging. It will also do Instagram DMs and Facebook DMs. This is a bot that I have custom prompted with custom value, and it's 100% templated. And all you have to do is change one thing every time you sign up a client. So it's literally an AI that will have full conversations, just to give you an example of exactly how this works. If you go to settings and we come down to conversational AI, and I was to go to, let's say we go here, and I want to have a conversation with this AI. This is exactly how it would communicate. It's very human-like. It asks the right questions, and its main priority or goal is to book more appointments. This is a huge feature add-on for any client that you sign up, and it does not cost you any more money. It can be an add-on for your client specifically. But if you go down to these things called custom values, these are little strips of code that house pieces of information. It sounds confusing, but it's actually very, very simple to use. We go to folders here, and this is also in the snapshot. You will see that it has a place for business information. It has a place for the company name. It has a place for the conversation style. Every time you sign up a client, you load the snapshot into their new sub account that you're providing them. You give them login information in the My Staff area right here. You update this info, and they will automatically have an AI that is ready to book appointments for their business. You just have to put the trigger. You have to connect their Facebook or connect their forums or whatever it might be. But it's absolutely insane how easy and how templated you can make this system. Now, what I was saying before, what everybody likes to know is how do you get more clients? And that's exactly what we're about to go into. So, in order to do this, we need to know how to make an attractive ad creative. You'll see a few on my screen here, but just to give you an example of some of the ads that we have created to do the same thing, and if you want to copy them, you're more than welcome to. But I use Canva specifically. Very easy to use. It's a drag and drop system. Even if you suck at graphic designing, I can do something like type in CRM in the search bar, and it will use artificial intelligence to put together templates for me. Then I just have to find something that looks like it might get some attention, like this. Look at some other options. Like, these are great. All of these templates, you can just change the wording, move some stuff around, and you're ready to go. But if you look at some of these are ads that performed well in the past. So try to mimic what I'm showing you on the screen right now, and this is gonna go a long way. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take one of these and I'm gonna download it. Now what we're going to do is open up Facebook ads. Facebook ads is one of the easiest ways to get leads, especially in B2B. Now, a lot of people argue that and say, what about LinkedIn? That's where the ideal target market is. You're very right. There are a lot of business owners that are on LinkedIn, but you also want to look at the amount of time that they spend on a daily basis on those platforms. If you run ads on LinkedIn, you're not going to get as good of a result. Here's why. I think the numbers were the average business owner spends like 19 minutes a day on LinkedIn, but the average business owner spends 2.5 to 4.5 hours on Facebook. Because of that, we have a better opportunity to get ourselves in front of them. So I am a huge fan. I've been running B2B ads for the last 3.5 years. It's gotten me all my business. It's got me where I am today. And that is, I swear by Facebook ads. So we're gonna open up this account here, and we're gonna start launching some ad campaigns. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is create a campaign. So you're gonna click on this little grid here that opens up campaigns, and we are gonna click create. The thing that we want to do is get leads. Now you're gonna wanna spend the majority of your time making a good ad creative, okay? Because a lot of people will tell you, if you're trying to get B2B leads, they'll tell you to do all of this targeting and target specific demographics. You don't have to do that. If your ad creative is actually good and it calls out your audience how you want it to, then the algorithm will do its thing and you'll be able to attract the right people. So we're gonna call this GHL campaign. We're gonna go next, and we have instant forms, Basically, this is just a built-in form fill feature that is in Facebook, makes your life significantly easier. A lot of people will tell you that instant forms bring in lower quality leads. That is not true. It just brings in higher lead volume, and sometimes when you get more people overall, some of those tend to be lower quality. But you're going to have to sift through some lower quality leads in order to talk to the right people. You just have to, especially in the beginning, you have to get used to playing the volume game. All right, and then we're gonna scroll down here, set whatever budget you want. I will say there is a budget you want to be working with. I would say a minimum $500 per month, which is about $16.66-ish cents per day. But you want your ad, there's something called the learning phase, and you want your ad to be able to get out of the learning phase. That's the main goal. And it's about how much data it collects over a period of 7 days. Typically, if you're spending less than $30 a day, it's really hard to do that. Ideally, I like to say, like for us, we don't run ads for other people unless they're spending at least $50 a day or they have that budget. But if you're starting out, I get it. If you want to spend, $15 to $20 a day just to get some leads in the door and to really start making this thing work, and then kind of increasing as you continue to make more money, that's 100% fine. Running some ads is better than running no ads at all. So choose what budget works for you. And then you're going to scroll down. We're going to switch to original audience. And all we're going to do, we're going to target the United States. We're also going to set an age range here. So I'm going to go 24 to 55. This is an age range specifically. You want to think about something for business owners that you want to work with, right? And then we'll go all genders, and we're going to turn off this. Now we're going to do manual placements, which is basically you choosing where you want your ad to be shown on Facebook. I never do audience network. We're also going to turn this off. We're going to turn that off, turn that off. Okay, so we have these top 3, stories and reels, that's 100% fine. In-stream, we're gonna turn that off. Search results, no, thank you. And then we're gonna go into the ad itself. You're gonna turn off multi-advertiser ads. This is basically just showing your ad next to other competitors' ads. We don't want that. We wanna be singled out. If you're seeing our ad, it should be the only ad that you are seeing at that time. So we're gonna turn this off. All right, and then we need to upload our creative. So you're going to set up creative here. We're going to go image ad, media. We're going to find the image that we want to use. So first you would actually click upload. So let me go ahead and upload this image. This is the one that we downloaded. We're going to click next. We're going to skip and continue. And now you can use, for the ad copy specifically, I am going to go to ChatGPT. Actually, I'm going to cheat for a second here. So I'm going to pull this up. I am going to go to one of my other ad copies and I'm just going to copy it straight down. But I would advise using ChatGPT to create your own. All right, we're going to select all this. You want to make sure you hit all of the points. You want to make sure that you have a good headline. Now, to break down the science of what people are seeing, we'll break this down into psychology a bit. So the first thing that people are going to see is the ad creative. That is the #1 most important thing about running a Facebook ad. The ad creative has to call out the audience. Your avatar has to know that the ad is for them. They need to know what action to take or what it is that you're offering. They don't, they're just going to keep scrolling. And that's how the algorithm works. It tracks demographic data from people who are spending the most time on your ad. So if they see it and they're like, wow, this is for me, and then they start reading, they spend more time on the ad, and then Facebook goes, oh, this is an interested person. Here's their demographic information. Let's show it to more people like this because those are the people that are more likely to be interested. And the second most important thing is what you have up here. It's like the first little paragraph at the top of the ad copy. It's what you can see before the see more button over here. So I'll zoom in. This is what people are gonna see on the Facebook, their feed, and then they're gonna see the see more button. This is the second most important thing you wanna worry about. Most people don't even look at the headline, but you still wanna have some type of attractive headline. Now we're gonna go into creating the form. So this is what your typical form is gonna look like. I like to put a couple questions on the form, one multiple choice and one short answer. You wanna make one very easy to answer. The second one is going to be a short answer question. Reason being, I like having people invest a little bit of time and energy into typing their own response. I think it enhances the quality of the lead a little bit because it shows that they're invested enough to go through the process more than just letting Facebook autofill their information and they click buttons. I want them to actually type. So I have a very easy to answer multiple choice question, and then I have a second question which is typically short answer, and you can choose whatever questions you would like to include on there. Now, remember that calendar that we made with the calendar link? That is exactly where we want to send people to next. So they're going to submit their information. They're going to be automatically redirected to a page that looks like this. And we want it to say, wait, you're not done, book your call below, book now. And then we paste their link right here. and then they're redirected to the calendar, and you will automatically get probably 10 to 15% of people to book right away. But if not, we have our conversational AI that can kick in and ask them some additional questions and text them back and forth so that we can get additional bookings that way as well. Now, we're gonna do this, we're following this process for ourselves, but we also are gonna do this for our clients. And once we've done it successfully for ourselves and you start to consistently sign people up, you're gonna be able to help other people do the exact same thing. This is a huge problem that people have in their business, and they will pay you money to solve it. So this is the full breakdown of exactly, actually I'll do one more thing. Once you have your form created and it's ready to go, you're gonna come to your GoHighLevel page, you're gonna scroll down to integrations, and you need to integrate your forms. So once you connect your Facebook page, you'll select the page that you wanna integrate. You'll go to form fields mapping. Let me go to a different account that actually has forms. That is one of our test accounts. So you connect your Facebook, you come to Facebook Form Fields Mapping, and you will see a list of forms that you have created on your Facebook page, or that specific one on the ad pop up. You map the fields, and this is going to officially connect the Facebook account or the form or the ad to the GoHighLevel. This is going to give you the ability to do something like this. I can come to automation, I can go to our AI, and I can make my trigger Facebook form submitted. And I can add a filter, and let's say it's the form that we just created, right? So form is, and then I'll select one. And now anytime someone submits that form, that is going to be the trigger for this conversational AI that is in the snapshot that I was talking about before. So these are little things that you can do. It's going to build your entire funnel. So not only do you have ads that are going to generate you leads to pipeline into the account, you also have an AI that's going to be doing your outreach and having conversations, booking appointments. You also have an auto redirect to a calendar system so that they can schedule appointments directly on your calendar. And then you have pipeline stages that are automated so that as leads continue to move down your funnel, they're moved and segmented into different places. So automate this for yourself and then actually put the effort into generating leads, getting appointments booked, talking to people, closing deals. And then once you've closed those deals, you're gonna set up the exact same system for other people. The coolest thing about this is that when you set up a business like this, where you're running a CRM and you're building these processes, it might take you a little bit, like maybe a couple weeks if you really dive into it to get the process down and maybe even start talking to your first couple of people. But once you dial it in, you are doing the thing that you are selling. So you have the experience. In the beginning, you might feel like a bit of an imposter, but you just have to fight through that because you're doing the thing for yourself and then you're doing the thing for other people. And as long as you're capable of getting people to talk to you on the phone and moving people through your pipeline, it is going to make it significantly easier for you to set this up for other people. Now, I appreciate you watching this video. We make a lot of this content really just to put value out there. Majority of all of our income or revenue comes from actually doing the thing. We don't actually have any coaching programs or anything like that that teach people how to start their own GoHighLevel agency. So this is just free value for you. But if you do feel like you need some additional help, in the description below, we are potentially gonna start adding a layer of coaching to what we do. And this is the first time that we have ever actually offered something like this ever. But if you need some help getting this off the ground and getting this started, and if maybe you even have a couple people in mind that might be great clients, whether they're family, friends, or whatever it might be, we can help you with fulfillment. We can help you with the signups. We can help you with the ads, etc. We're not going to be changing our business model entirely. So we're only accepting a few spots or a few people, and it's going to be an extensive interview process where we kind of see, like, are you really going to be going for this? Because anyone who's just looking for a side hustle is not going to be a good fit for anyone that we are going to help. So book a call below and then make sure you tell whoever you speak to on the phone that you saw the video and this is something that you want to do and you want to apply for the process. We'll move you through. You'll probably have a call with me and we'll break down to see whether or not it's a good fit. Worst case scenario, we'll just point you in the right direction. We also have a school community that you can find in the description below as well. Make sure you find those links, the free trials, and the snapshot. Thank you for watching the video. We'll catch you in the next one.